Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Discworld Noir. So today we are going to ask people about what happened with Mundy.
How does it feel to be a suspect, Mencken?
What?
You're an obvious choice of suspect because you called the watch. You were the first on the scene. Round here, that means it's practically a closed case.
I don't see why. You were there when I got there.
I was unconscious.
Well, I heard a commotion. That's what made me check it out in the first place. Maybe Mundy managed to knock you out before he died.
While he was tied and blind? Perhaps he said a particularly offensive word and I fainted.
Well, I happen to know that the watch consider you a suspect.
Well, don't forget that I know something that they don't. That you're a liar and you can't be trusted.
Just because you can't trust me doesn't mean no one can trust me.
Let's ask him about the words we found.
Does the word Azil mean anything to you?
Leave me alone, Luton.
Whoops. Okay, let's skip the whole thing and then do it again because we missed the start.
I went through Mencken's story with him again. It still didn't add up, even if you used a pencil.
Yeah, I'm gonna load that because we missed what he said. Okay, let's try again. This time I'll try not to click through the first
I've
bit.
been thinking hard about Mundy's death, and there's something that doesn't add up.
Oh, enthrall me with your erudite wisdom, great one.
When Mundy was killed, he was hanging from the ceiling, but when the watch turned up, he was on the ground.
Maybe the killer cut him down when he was dead.
I don't think so. I think that message was written by Mundy, and I don't think the killer saw him write it. Which means someone must have cut him down. Somebody who was in that room cut Mundy down. I don't think it was the killer, and I know it wasn't me.
What are you getting at?
You cut him down, didn't you?
Why should I tell you?
I've already told you, I don't think the killer would have cut him down. Which means if you cut him down, you're in the clear.
All right, yeah, so I cut him down. Happy now?
Why?
Not everything has a reason, Luton.
But people can usually find reasons for what they do.
Well, draw your own conclusions.
I was missing something, but I couldn't see what. You cut down Mundy so you could search him, didn't you?
What are you suggesting?
Nothing worse than the truth. You're a liar and a thief.
All right, Luton. What is it you want? What have I got to do to get you to leave?
Just give me what you found in Mundy's boot, and I'll leave you alone.
Here. You want it? Have it. It's worthless anyway.
What is it?
How the hell should I know? Now, I kept my end of the bargain. You keep yours. Leave me alone.
We'll see, Mencken. I figure I owe you at least one lie.
Get out, Luton.
In my own time, Mencken had given me a small coin, but it wasn't any type of coin I recognized. I guess I should be grateful to the half-elf for keeping the clue away from the watch. But frankly, I just didn't like the little weasel.
Well, there we go. We got an Earth Nation symbol. That's always nice. Okay, come on then. Let's go. I guess we should probably go tell Carlotta that he's dead. Assuming she's in.
I see Sir has returned.
Sir has?
Who would Sir like to see?
Is Carlotta home?
Alas, no.
Oh, okay.
What a shame that Sir's trip has been wasted. Perhaps Sir would like to leave now.
Tell her I called by.
Why, my loins stir at the very thought of serving you in this way, sir.
Okay, let's go then. So, what do we want to do then? Let's go back to our office first of all, see if anything's happened there.
Somehow, I wasn't surprised to find Khali waiting for me in my office. In my head was a list of suspects for killing Mundy, and Khali had gone straight in at number 1.
Mr. Luton, I am so pleased to see you.
The feeling's not mutual, Khali. What do you want?
All in good time, Mr. Luton.
Why do I get a feeling that Khali isn't your real name? It's not very dwarfish.
My name is of little consequence, Mr. Luton. And the story of how I acquired it will have to wait for another time. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Now, why would you want to carry an axe?
To hack at people, Mr. Luton. An axe is the weapon of choice for a dwarf, you should know that.
Why kill me now? What's the point?
I'm not planning to kill you, Mr. Luton. I merely need the axe as a deterrent should you wish to try something foolish.
I don't try foolish things. Sometimes they just happen.
Then I suggest you don't let them happen now.
When you've finished searching me, I know a nice restaurant we can go to.
So, you have been a busy man, Mr. Luton. I think you'd better come with me.
Is there an alternative?
That would depend on how attached you are to your arms and legs. And how much you want them to remain attached to you.
Well, there we go. We're going with Khali. Where will we be?
I didn't know where Khali was
dear.
taking me, but I was now sure he wasn't going to kill me. He could have done that in my office, and it would have been days before anyone found the body. No, he wanted me for something. I just didn't know what. I don't know what I was expecting, but I wasn't expecting to be taken to see a troll. I've seen some unusual things in my life, but a troll and a dwarf working together? That was something else. Ankh-Morpork wasn't hot at that time of year, but the big troll was sitting back in a wicker chair being fanned. Smart. Out of the cold of the mountains, overheating of their silicon brains was the reason for the trademark stupidity of the trolls. I'd have to watch my step with this one. Khali had a brief whispered conversation with the troll, but I couldn't make out what was said. At one point, I thought I heard Khali mention a coin from Sorta, but the rest was a mystery.
Mr. Luton, so glad you could come and join us. And so punctually, too. Yes, I know you were escorted by Mr. Khali here. But the fact that you arrived on time shows that you didn't put up any show of resistance, which means you're intelligent enough to realize that we are not your enemies. And since we are not enemies, there is always the possibility that we might be friends. You are a quiet man?
No, I like to talk. But I like to dance, too. And the trick in both is knowing when to lead and when to follow.
Excellent, sir. Excellent. I distrust a quiet man. He generally picks the wrong time to talk and says the wrong things. The talking is something you cannot do judiciously unless you keep in practice. I'll tell you right out. I'm a troll who likes talking to people who like to talk.
What shall we talk about?
What indeed do friends talk about?
Most friendships don't start out with one of the friends being led around by an axe-wielding dwarf. While we're at it, most people know the names of their friends.
Of course, how impolite of me. Mr. Khali, I believe you already know, and my name is Jasper Horst. Perhaps you've heard of me.
I have a bad memory for names. It gets me into a lot of trouble.
You have a bad attitude as well. That also gets you into trouble.
Now, Mr. Khali. It doesn't do to slander a guest, especially one whom you hope to count among your friends.
Have a chat with Horst then.
So, If we're friends, I guess Khali's warning about staying off the Mundy case was just a friendly warning.
Ah, straight to the point. I do admire a man who avoids skirting the issues. Such a man makes an excellent politician, but is almost impossible to trust. Well, sir, it seems you are now in the possession of something that we would like.
And what might that be?
Come now, sir. There's no need to play coy. We know you were the last person Mundy saw, and we know you have the coin from Sorter. Frankly, sir, we know you have the golden sword, and we wish to make an offer for it.
What if I told you it wasn't for sale?
Don't be tedious, Mr. Luton. We obviously know that you are in the employ of Carlotta. Hence we know that you have a price. Whatever she is offering you, we can safely offer double. And unlike Carlotta, I am a trowel of my word.
What if she's offering me something that you can't match?
You don't strike me as a man who would fall for Carlotta's moves, sir. You strike me as a man with better judgment than that. Are you loyal to Carlotta?
I am loyal to one person and one person alone. Me.
That's wonderful. I do like a man who isn't afraid to tell you that he is looking after himself.
We're all looking after ourselves.
Indeed, sir. Indeed. And I don't trust a man who says he's not.
Okay, let's talk about trust, I guess.
Trust seems very important to you, Horst.
Indeed. Without trust, we are no better than barbarians. It is the capacity for trust that sets the humans, trolls, dwarfs, and such above the lesser animals.
That and our capacity for cruelty.
What a dark outlook you have, sir. Are you a pessimist?
Pessimism is a term used by optimists to attempt to discredit those who see the world as it really is.
You are a man of the world, sir. I like that about you.
Tell me about the golden sword, Horst.
Carlotta didn't tell you what it was?
Horst seemed to think I knew things that I didn't, and that could give me the advantage. I decided it was time for a good
Yeah,
bluff.
because we don't have a golden sword.
She told me, but I took it for granted she was lying.
A not injudicious thing to do.
Let's cut to the chase. How much will you pay me for the sword?
Suffice it to say, I will pay you its value.
That doesn't give me much to go on.
You will appreciate, sir, that a golden sword like that is a difficult artifact to sell. Indeed, you would draw a lot of attention were you to attempt to do so. I will offer you what the sword is worth, and that, I can assure you, is more than Carlotta is offering you.
I could use a figure.
I don't like to commit myself to fixed fees. Those who set exact price tags leave themselves no room to negotiate when the circumstances change. Rest assured that it will exceed $10,000 at the least.
10,000, eh? I'll think about it.
Let's ask him about some things. Let's ask him about Azil.
Does the word Azil mean anything to you?
Come, sir. Let us not stray from the matters in hand.
I'm guessing he's not going to want to say anything. Let's ask about the number.
Does 3712V mean anything to you?
Come, sir.
Come, sir. Let's ask him about the Sortian coin quickly.
You let me keep the coin from Sorta. Why?
As a token of faith, nothing more. After all, the coin has little value of its own. But for those that know its origin, it immediately links you to the greater reward.
The sword is from Sorta too.
Let us not play these games, sir. Games are the pastimes of the tedious and of the bored, and we are citizens of the world, are far above such petty concerns. I dislike a man who plays games in his conversations. I prefer my associates to be direct and to the point. You cannot trust a man who takes forever to get to the point.
Well, there we go. Let's leave him for now then.
Well, it's been nice talking to you, Horst, but I have other things to do.
I trust you will keep in touch, sir. I look forward to hearing your decision.
You're letting him go?
Come now, Mr. Khali. Mr. Luton is our friend and associate. He is free to come and go as he pleases.
I'll let you know what I decide, Horst.
But of course, goodbye, Mr. Luton. For now.
I was starting to piece together what was going on. Whatever this sword was, it was clear that Mundy brought it into town with him on the Milka. I guess he was the courier. For who, wasn't clear. He must have hidden it in one of the crates on the Milka, and then broken into the warehouse to recover it. Only the watchman stopped him before he could retrieve it. None of which told me where the sword was, or even what the sword was. One thing was clear. I needed to talk to Carlotta.
Well, there we go. We know some more stuff. We know there's a sword, and we know there's a horse. And those are the best two kind of things to know. Now let's see if she's back. Shut up.
Is
Okay, she's still not here. Try the office again, I guess. See if she's back there now. Nope. Let's go to the Cafe Ankh and ask Ilsa about the coin, because she was like understanding of sorting things, wasn't she? So that's good. Oh, she's not there. Who's over here now? Is Captain Jenkins still there? No, it looks like no one's here. Okay. Then I'm not sure what to do next. I guess maybe go and speak to Nobby and ask him some stuff.
There was something about the way the other members of the Watch looked at me that let me know that no matter how innocent I was still stained with suspicion. Still, I'll take the stains of suspicion over the tarnish of guilt. Suspicion was easier to wash out. Sometimes I think I'd just give up and crawl inside a whiskey bottle. Except that you can only do that if you are less than 1 inch high.
Come on then, knobs.
Doesn't look like I'm too welcome around here. Of course, I haven't been welcome here since I got kicked off the force, but at least then they just thought I was corrupt. Now they think I'm a murderer.
Nah, Luton, you've got it all wrong. They don't think you're a murderer. They think...
That my personal hygiene is appalling?
No.
That I have the Klatchian plague?
No.
Face it, they think I'm a murderer.
You know, give me a minute, I'll think of something.
Nobby, you've never thought of something printable in your entire life. Why should you start now?
They don't have printers. He's not gonna know anything about that. Let's ask him about Monday.
Do you know anything about the Milka's cargo? Give me a break, Luton, I don't...
Okay, so he's probably not gonna be very useful for that kind of stuff. Let's ask about Jasper.
Have you heard of a troll called Horst?
Oh dear.
Oh yeah, he's a treasure hunter, he is.
How come you've heard of him?
Well, Vimes always asks us to keep an eye on him when he's in town.
Is he a lawbreaker then?
Well, he's careful never to get caught doing anything against the law.
Bit like you then.
Yeah, a bit like... No. Now you hang on a minute. I am completely law-abiding.
Yes. You're as innocent as the next man in Ankh-Morpork.
Exactly. Well, if I can pick the next man anyway.
Anyway, that's the end of today's episode, but next week we'll carry on talking to Nobby and see if we can find out more stuff, and then I think we'll pay a trip to Pier 5 or whatever it's called. So hopefully I'll see you next week. If you enjoyed this, then like and subscribe. Bye bye.